Beseech the Mirror from Wilds of Eldraine is one of the hottest cards in Legacy right now, and today we're reshaping the Epic Storm to play it. Let's go see what the deck list looks like. Where have you been if you don't know what Beseech the Mirror is, but I'll tell you anyway. So for one triple black, you get a sorcery, you search your library for a card, exile it, and then you can cast it for free if you bargained it. That's essentially what this does. And today we're looking to build our own Yawgmoth's Will by combining it with Gaea's Will. This card doesn't have an actual mana value, but you can play it off of Beseech the Mirror. So it sort of works kind of like how Cascade combo works in Modern. That's what we're doing here in Legacy today. We're reshaping the Epic Storm. No Mind's Desire, no Ad Nauseam, no Echo of Aeons. We're just playing Beseech the Mirror, Gaea's Will, and Galvanic Relay. If you go back to what the Epic Storm looked like pre-Mind's Desire, it looked a lot like this, with 4 Mishra's Bauble, 4 Ursa's Bauble, because they played into the strength of Galvanic Relay. They also played into the strength of Beseech the Mirror alongside Gaea's Will. This is a highly synergistic deck, and today we're playing pure Grixis. No green, no Veil of Summer, except for the Gaea's Will. The reason why: Thoughtseize protects your combo. When you're a graveyard-based deck, you need to check for surgical extraction, endurance, and things like that. A Veil of Summer doesn't protect that. Veil of Summer protects Echo of Aeons and Draw 7s and whatever. We're not playing any of those effects today, except for our Singleton Wish target. So instead, we're playing a card that actually supports our primary game plan, and because of that, we get to be a 3-color deck. That's my short and sweet deck talk. If you have any thoughts, comments, questions, suggestions, whatever, put those down below. But I want to hop on in and play some Magic the Gathering tonight, so I will see you in the first round. Don't go anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, cyborg guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to the first match. We are on the play. I have no clue what our opponent's playing today, and this hand's pretty good. We will keep. So we have this awkward tension in our hand between Thoughtseize and Galvanic Relay. What do you want to do on turn 1? And I think I'm likely going to Thoughtseize. If I get Wastelanded, it's going to hurt. But I'd rather not get turn 1 comboed or prison pieced, whatever. So I'm going to lead on the Thoughtseize. Our opponent already mulliganed. They were looking for something in particular. Well, it looks like they're on Reanimator. We'll take the Thoughtseize, I think. I mean, their hand's so good. I have to hope that they miss on Faithless Looting. Pass the turn. They play a turn 1 Marsh Flats. They're likely going to go grab a Badlands and cast this Faithless Looting. Discards a pair of Gristlebrand's. They play a Lotus Petal. And they hit. They go to 11 life. And now they're at 4 after they draw 7. I played Thoughtseize so I didn't lose the game on the first turn, and here we are. Obviously that plan bit me straight in the butt. I could have played out Bauble to check the top of their deck. It was something that I was thinking about. But the problem with that play... Oh, they have a Chancellor of the Annex? They're on an outdated list. Okay. But the problem with that play is that I lose Storm Count on the following turn for Galvanic Relay if I have to Thoughtseize, but maybe that's worthwhile, I'm not sure. But we've definitely lost this game at this point. Draw for turn, and it's a Bauble. We can go to the next game. Unfortunate. Okay, so now we get to go to game 2. We likely want some number of Chain of Vapor. We can board out Galvanic Relay. We'll leave 1 for Beseech the Mirror, but that's it. Hit submit. When you're on a pure Grixis list, you actually have way fewer dead cards in any given matchup because you have Thoughtseize over Veil of Summer. So you don't really have cards that are just blank, so you have to sideboard less often. Game number 2, let's try it again. Sure. Keep. They've kept 7. A little bit nervous about that. Lead on the Thoughtseize. We'll take the Animate Dead. I don't know if the hand was a keep, but I'm not going to complain about it. Pass the turn. And they chose not to play a land. We drew another Thoughtseize. I want to Thoughtseize them again here. Prevent them from naturally discarding. We'll take a Dark Ritual. Pass the turn. And I could have played Burning Wish there, but I chose not to because I don't know what my game plan is yet, and by waiting a single turn, I get to inform that decision with this Brainstorm. I do not want Gaea's Will. Beseech the Mirror doesn't have enough fuel yet. I could probably get rid of the Chain of Vapor. We'll fetch, grab Underground Sea, Burning Wish. I have 5 total mana, so a Dark Ritual would give me Peer into the Abyss. I guess we'll take that. Pass the turn. So they could draw and discard this turn. And that's going to be the game plan. They discard Gristlebrand. We draw Dark Ritual. That is Peer into the Abyss. A fortunate draw for the home team. Dark Ritual. Play our Lotus Petal. Now we're tapping some mana, and we will cast the 7 mana sorcery that wins the game. Hello. I love it. At this point, you just cast some artifacts and eventually win. Not really a whole lot of skill involved in this part of the game. We're at 7, Dark Ritual, Lion's Eye Diamond. I guess we can just cast the Tendrils of Agony. Alright, well there's still a game number 3 to be played, and this time we're on the draw. I don't love that. No changes, we'll submit the deck again. This hand is very good, we will keep. I mean, we have to survive the first turn, but, I mean, this hand is outstanding. They've taken a mulligan to 6. Now down to 5. I'm sure my microphone isn't picking it up, but there's an actual tornado warning going on in Syracuse, New York today, and thunder and lightning everywhere around me. I thought it was the perfect opportunity to play Beseech the Seam. I just messed up that card name. Beseech the Mirror, the Epic Storm. And here we are, just losing round number 1 to Reanimator. Our opponent's gone to 4 cards. They're on 4 cards and they have revealed a Chancellor of the Annex. Okay. So that stops our turn 1 Galvanic Relay. And they just pass the turn. Okay. We will play Bloodstained Mire and pass. So by passing, I can still Galvanic Relay next turn through the Chancellor of the Annex trigger. And they're going to send it back to us. I'll fetch. I want to get a black land here because we have this card in our hand that costs triple black. So I'm going to get Underground Sea. We draw another Rite of Flame. That's not a win. We're 1 black mana short of a win here. We'll play Rite of Flame, paying for the Chancellor of the Annex. Urza's Bauble, Mox Opal, Lion's Eye Diamond. And I think I'm going to keep this other Rite of Flame around. 5 cards off Galvanic Relay should be enough. Wonderful. We actually didn't hit a payoff. So if they have a discard spell here for Beseech the Mirror, it could be bad for us. That said, if they don't do anything this turn... Okay, I was going to say we would win the game. Beseech the Mirror is gone. We'll Urza's Bauble them. We reveal the Chancellor of the Annex again. Okay. Draw off the Bauble. Brainstorm is a good one. And another Chain of Vapor. We'll play the Urza's Bauble. Cast Brainstorm, and we missed. Unfortunate. We'll put back Mox Opal and the Swamp. Play our land. Play another Mox Opal. With that Mox Opal, we will cast Thoughtseize. They have nothing going on. Take the Lotus Petal. Cast the Rite of Flame. I guess I'll Chain of Vapor my own Opal here. I do not want to copy it, and then we'll play it. Fetch. Grab a Swamp. We can pass the turn. They've decided to play a Marsh Flats. This could just be a move in case I draw another Thoughtseize that I would discard one of their cards. And now we'll draw 2 cards again. One in our upkeep from the Urza's Bauble, and then our draw step. Dark Ritual, a Mishra's Bauble. Okay. Pass the turn. In their upkeep, we'll look at their top card. Entomb, it's a good one. And they did draw it. Okay, once again, upkeep draw. Another Bauble. That should get the job done. Mishra's Bauble. This Rite of Flame on par with Cabal Ritual makes 4 mana. Dark Ritual. Tap this Mox Opal for a blue. And now we will cast Burning Wish, holding priority. Actually, I don't even need to sacrifice the Lion's Eye Diamond. Yes, we will go and grab Peer into the Abyss. Target ourselves. You know, this is the Beseech the Mirror video, and here I am just casting Peer into the Abyss and winning. What a jerk. Okay, Mox Opal. We'll play a Bauble. Lotus Petal. Lion's Eye Diamond. One upside of the list that we're playing today is traditional builds of the Epic Storm are very, very bad against Mindbreak Trap. And today we're playing 4 main deck Thoughtseize, which really removes some of that. We're better against more of the bad matchups that we've had recently. Things like Death and Taxes, lands, pretty much anything with Mindbreak Trap in it. Like, we actually have a reasonable game against those decks now. And our opponents conceded the game, and we've won match number 1 against Black-Red Reanimator. Stick around for the rest of the video. I promise I will put a Gaia's Will on the stack. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Welcome to match number 2, and we're facing Kentaro Hikori, who is a Grixis Delver expert. Here we've opened up a hand that has a lot of lands, which is good against the Wasteland Daze deck. Burning Wish doesn't have a whole lot going on for it, but I think I'm going to keep here. It's not an amazing hand, but I do think it's contextually good in the matchup. Our opponent has taken a mulligan to 5, and now we will cast Thoughtseize. What a hand. Interesting. I think it's just the Delver of Secrets. We'll pass the turn. Just allow ourselves some time here. They drew a Ponder, quite the draw step. And they shuffled. Beseech the Mirror. I do like that one. I'm not going to play Burning Wish into Daze. We'll just pass the turn. When I was building this deck list, Alex McKinley of the Epic Storm team talked me into playing 2 Volcanic Islands because how good they were with the basic Swamp. In hindsight, that might have been wrong, but only because we're a quadruple Beseech the Mirror deck, and we want triple black for this spell. Our opponent forces the Burning Wish. We will pass the turn. We don't know anything they have in their hand at this point. 2 cards left. Draw. Dark Ritual. Do we go for it? This is a win if we want it, I believe. Grab the basic Swamp. So we can go Dark Ritual, Beseech the Mirror, Gaia's Will. I believe that does it. We would need our opponent to not have anything. Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal. Dark Ritual. And then we will Beseech the Mirror with Bargain, sacrificing Lotus Petal. Storm is 4. Select Gaia's Will, and then we're going to hold priority on the Gaia's Will. And I will sacrifice this Lotus Petal for a black. Gaia's Will. It resolves. Replay Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal. We can throw a Thoughtseize in here. Storm is 8. This was a win off very few resources. Ooh, Kentaro's playing Rug tonight. How about that? I think I would have considered conceding the game so that way I didn't see this tropical island. And then we will cast Beseech with Bargain, sacrificing a Lotus Petal. This is Storm 10. And we'll grab the Tendrils of Agony. Cast that, targeting Kentaro. Boom! I love it. I love it so much. So this next part, most people are either going to love or hate. When discussing this deck with Alex, we think that these builds are actually super good with Empty the Warrens. And they're just naturally good against all the Delver decks right now. A bunch of people aren't even playing Answers, so we think Empty's where you want to be. And it's really good when you're playing all these Baubles and whatnot. So we were discussing it, and we were like, well, what if we just board out Brainstorm in those matchups anyway? So that way you stay super turbo, their Pyroblasts aren't live, stuff like that. Is it good? I don't know, but I think that I want to try it out. That's what I'm here to do tonight. I'm just trying new things. It's been so long since I've played the 4 Empty the Warrens build. In fact, I know that it stopped right after we adopted Wishclaw Talisman, so it's been since early 2020 since I've played 4 Empty. Seriously. I tried to list like a year ago for one league and it was bad, but here we are. We're trying it again tonight. 59 cards. We could board in like 1 bounce spell. We could also just keep Brainstorm. I don't mind like a Chain of Vapor. Let's try this out. This is the same hand. This is literally the hand that we had last game. Rigged. I guess one of these Volcanics last game was a bad lands, but we'll keep. Kentaro once again with a very fast mulligan to 5. Scalding Tarn, pass. Okay. Dark Ritual, a very good draw. We're just going to play our land and pass the turn. And they conceded. I don't know why. I'm sorry, but we're 2-0. I'll take it. Match number 3 coming right up. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Match number 3, we're on the play and we're facing Cracked LED, who, the last time that I faced them, they were actually running Initiative Stompy, so we want a hand that's pretty fast. Here, we've opened up Thoughtseize, which is really good in the matchup, but no mana sources. We have to mulligan. Ooh. If one of these was a Lotus Petal, this hand's a Snap Keep. I think we'll keep it anyway, but I wish we had a Rite of Flame or something. Okay, so we'll play out our baubles, play out a land, pass the turn. Ancient Tomb, this sure looks like Stompy. Chalice of the Void on 1. Well, we currently don't have any spells that cost 1, that's okay. We'll use Bauble targeting ourselves. We don't need a Volcanic Island, so we'll fetch. We'll probably get a Volcanic Island because we have Burning Wish into Pulverize, and then we'll Bauble their hand. Archon of Emeria. I don't like how that looks. Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal, draw for turn, Thoughtseize. Unfortunate. Okay, so we could empty the Warrens for 8. That's an option we have. I mean, their deck often plays Fury, so that's kind of risky. They have an Ancient Tomb. We could Echo of Aeons, but I don't love that. I think what I'm going to do here is just empty the Warrens for 8 and hope. It's not a great line, but it's what I have. 8 Goblins. Please don't punish me. Cavern of Souls. They name Archon. This play will bring them to 16 life. And no Fury. Big fan. So now we'll attack for 8. They will block. They'll take 7 down to 9 life. City of Traders. Ooh, no play. We'll play an Urza's Bauble. Attack for 7. They'll block 1 and take 6. Let's look at their hand. Another Cavern of Souls? Okay. Did you draw Fury? They conceded and we've won! Yes! Take that. Chalice of the Void into Archon of Emeria. Who are you? Come on. Garbage. We'll bring in some bounce spells. The question is, do you leave the Consign Oblivion in the sideboard? I don't know. I really don't. We have 3 Galvanic Relays to take out, and we have 4 Thoughtseize that I like leaving in the deck. You could also bring in empties, which is another thing. I don't know how I feel about it on the draw. On the play, I think I do want them. On the draw, I think it might be too slow. I believe I'm just going to submit. Alright, game number 2. We've opened up a hand that loses to Chalice of the Void on 1. Obviously, I'm keeping it. Because who doesn't love to lose to Chalice of the Void on 1? Chromox. They imprint a 4th Aralingas, Chalice of the Void on 0. Ancient Tomb, and they pass. Okay. They have 2 cards left in their hand. We will search for Underground Sea. Thoughtseize. Mindbreak Trap, Caves of Chaos Adventurer, huh? Wow. What a hand. We're going to take the Caves of Chaos Adventurer, just try to slow them down until we find a window to win the game. They draw Caracas, Mox Opal. I wonder how crazy it would be to bounce the Chalice of the Void. We could play out our artifacts and just pass the turn. But then they could replay it on 1, which hurts. I don't know. So I've Chain of Vapored the Chalice of the Void. We might get lucky and they could play it on 2, and we could answer that with another Chain of Vapor. I'm going to just pass here. I'm not going to use Bauble. I want to leave it in play, I think. At least for now. We can see whatever they drew when they cast it. And they do play the Chalice on 2. Okay. And they drew a land. So their last card in hand is still the Mindbreak Trap. Let's look at their top... I guess I should float a blue first. Let's look at their top card. I don't care about Seeming Spirit Guide. We'll look at the Mind Break again. Auto yield to these bobble triggers. Okay. I will pass the turn. Here's a monkey. Brainstorm? Or did I board out the brainstorms? I left them in. Why I want to draw Brainstorm is we need two things in order to win this game. We need some sort of way to get rid of the Mind Break trap, and then we need an action spell. We have neither right now. Archon of Emeria, that's obnoxious. We might as well fetch. This can get a basic, so I think I want to hang on to that for a possible Brainstorm. Draw for turn, Dark Ritual, we have to pass. It's crazy to me that somebody playing Chalice of the Void, Archon of Emeria also feels that they have to play Mind Break in their deck. Ay, ay, ay. We go to 10 life. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We are running out of time. No point in casting the Chain of Vapor now because I can't win. What's the point? There's Brainstorm. That is a good first step. Cast the Brainstorm into garbage. I don't think it's possible for us to win this game anymore. Wow. If you look at the math, we have 40 cards left in our deck, so that's 33% of our deck. And we never found a Burning Wish, Beseech, any of that stuff. Okay, it actually is possible for us to win here. We'll put back a pair of Rite of Flame. Play the land. It's not going to be easy, but the line is that we draw Beseech the Mirror, and we Beseech for Gaea as well, which is Storm 2, and then we Thoughtseize the Mind Break trap, and then we can win from there. They discarded a Fable of the Mirror Breaker and drew another card. Okay. I'm at 4 life. On their end step, we will Chain of Vapor the Archon of Emeria. And it's worth noting, this treasure token makes blue mana. They could hardcast Mind Break Trap if they had another treasure. Alright, we're all in on drawing exactly Beseech the Mirror. Grab our Badlands. Actually, if I fetch again, I can't Thoughtseize. I mean, this is still the line we have to do. I need the Swamp. Draw. Okay, we're dead. We can go to the next game. Okay. Yeah, looking back on it, double Volcanic Island was just a mistake. I do want the empties on the play. And I think I want to take out Brainstorm. And I'm going to bring in the Sideboard Bounce spell. We just want to be fast and we want to win quickly, so that's what I'm trying to do here. On the play. This unfortunately is not a keep. What's with me and drawing exactly Gaea as well? We will keep this one. Bottom the Gaea as well. Okay. Mox Opal. I'm playing out the Mox Opal because I can't afford for it to be hit by Mind Break Trap. If they want to trap Diamond, they're more than welcome. Bobble, let's look at their top card. Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Thoughtseize. An interesting keep. Let's get rid of Magus of the Moon. Okay, so if we draw any action spell, I guess if it's Beseech the Mirror, I'd have to draw a mana as well. Another Thoughtseize. They play a Cavern of Souls. I know every card in their hand. I don't need to cast this Thoughtseize. Included Delta. We will pass. They play a Mountain. You drew Chalice of the Void? Oh, come on. That's brutal. Draw. Versus Bobble. I'm going to activate it now in case I draw a 2-mana bounce spell. Okay. Burning Wish, so we're 1 mana short of Peer into the Abyss. They play an uncounterable Caves of Chaos Adventure. Any land wins us the game at this point. We just have Burning Wish into Peer. I'm not going to fetch because I don't want to lower my odds of drawing a land. That works too. Okay, so as long as their last draw, and I shouldn't even say it because I believe in jinxing, but as long as their last draw wasn't exactly a 4-mana blue instant, I believe that we've won this. Black, black, blue? Actually, I'll do red. Yes. Grab Peer into the Abyss. Target ourselves. From 3? Hey. I love that for us. I'm sure that there's a blue land in here somewhere. There is. Okay, so I will play my blue land and then Echoing Truth, the Chalice of the Void. Dark Ritual. And at this point, we can just cast all of our spells pretty freely and win the game. Holy moly. I'll take it. 3-0. Dark Ritual. Play out another Bobble. Tony Storm is just so easy in these Bobble lists. So one thing that you might have noticed looking at the deck is today I'm playing a Grapeshot over the Cut to Ribbons. I don't have any data to support this because this is the first time I've ever played any of these Beseech the Mirror lists. But I did think that it might be tough getting to 20 plus mana for Cut to Ribbons, so I chickened out and I played Grapeshot because I knew that getting to 20 Storm would be just so simple. And we will bargain this Beseech the Mirror, sacrificing an Urza's Bauble, grabbing the Tendrils of Agony, and casting it, targeting our opponent. Rio! 2 matches left. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. The 4th round, we're on the play. Our opponent's playing a Yorion deck, and according to MTG Goldfish, they've been on Esper Vial strategies. This hand is very good, we will keep. We'll start off this turn by playing out a Mishra's Bauble, and then let's look at their top card to inform the decision of our Thoughtseize. Force of Will. Okay, well, maybe I'm not going to cast this Thoughtseize now, and instead I'll just play a Polluted Delta and pass the turn. Draw off the Bauble, we drew another Bauble. They have a Flooded Strand. Lotus Petal. Another Bauble, let's activate it. Gaddock Teeg, huh? That's not very nice. What can we do about that? Well, I have this Thoughtseize, but we know that they have a Force of Will. Let's cast it. They fetch in response for Tundra. They have Brainstorm too. Wow, okay. We're in a tough spot here. Thoughtseize. We know that they have Gaddock Teeg. I can't believe whatever they're playing, they have Gaddock Teeg. So we're going to take the Force of Will, and we're going to go for an absolutely insane person play here. And I hope it works, but it's probably not going to. So we'll fetch for Volcanic Island, Lotus Petal. We're going to go all in on Brainstorm, leaving the Lotus Petal back. So I could have gone Lotus Petal, Brainstorm, fetch, but that doesn't work with Beseech the Mirror in our deck. Like, we just can't cast it. So instead, I'm going to hold priority on this Brainstorm, and then I'm going to sacrifice for black, red. And we have 8 hits that I can think of that win the game on the spot. Can we draw one? That is, in fact, the win. So now I will cast Beseech the Mirror with Bargain, sacrificing Lotus Petal. I am so pumped right now. Yes! Get wrecked, Gaddock Teeg Force of Will deck. Get out of here. Alright, so Tendrils of Agony is 1 storm short of winning, but we can get Gaea as well. And we'll cast a Gaea as well. And then from there, play some Lion's Eye Diamonds. This feels so good. You have no idea how pumped I am right now. Gaddock Teeg and Legacy. Get out of here. Who hurt you? It was probably me based on how this game is going, but come on. Grixis Delver and Death Shadow are the best 2 decks in the format, and you want to be playing Gaddock Teeg in your main deck? That's just offensive. Alright, we'll cast this Beseech the Mirror, sacrificing Urza's Bauble, and now we can go grab Tendrils of Agony. Cast it, targeting our opponent. Storm 17. And we could have played more. Getting to Storm 20 with this deck is just so easy. Gaddock Teeg, huh? Okay, well, what are we going to do about that? I think we need to bring in bounce spells. And I kind of want an empty. Unfortunately, I think we have to board out Brainstorm. We don't really have other slots that we're allowed to board out because we're really low on artifacts. So we're playing 4 Urza's Bauble and 4 Mishra's Bauble. In previous builds, we used to board some of these out. But if you look, we only have 20 artifacts in our deck because there's no Wishclaw Talisman. So if you go any lower, Mox Opal starts to look really sketchy. And we need this card to be active. It's part of our mana base. So you're not really allowed to board out artifacts. And then from there, are you boarding out Rite of Flame into your Galvanic Relay deck? Is that really your game plan? I don't think that's very good. Relay is also very good against the Force of Will decks of the format. So this is my game plan. This is what we're going to try to make happen. And let's try to get game number 2. Game number 2, we're on the draw. Our opponent has revealed Yorion and kept 7. Here we have a fantastic hand. I'm definitely going to keep this. We need to draw into a red source, but other than that, this hand is great. Alright, so they've played a turn 1 Flooded Strand. There's our red source. I think I'm going to hold back the Bauble. We could use that next turn. Gaddock Teeg again. Sorry, friend, that's going directly to the graveyard where it belongs. Pass the turn. I mean, they don't have anything going on. If I draw a mana, I could have emptied. Maybe I was supposed to use the bauble. They do have a Recruiter of the Guard, though. So if I empty, they might actually just be able to go get Plague Engineer. So maybe empty was never the line anyway. Here we see Baleful Strix. Sure thing. Draw for turn. Another Thoughtseize. Interesting. I want to start off by looking at their top card. Meddling Mage. Okay. Interesting. We know that we're going to get Wastelanded. Rite of Flame. Dark Ritual. Let's view our sideboard. So what can we get with this Burning Wish that would throw off the Meddling Mage? I mean, we could get like Consigned to Oblivion, but is that really what we want to do? I could grab an Empty. I don't hate that. Alright, let's Burning Wish. We'll grab Empty the Warrens. Did you draw Force of Will for turn? You did! Look at you! Okay, well they increased my Storm count. I do appreciate that. And now we can Galvanic Relay for 6. Unfortunately, they are drawing Meddling Mage with the Wasteland, so we need these 6 cards to be incredibly good. Volcanic Island, Dark Ritual, Urza's Bauble, Mishra's Bauble, Gaia's Will, and the main deck Tendrils. Okay, a little bit awkward. We are unable to play the Gaia's Will off of Galvanic Relay. We're at 16. I think our opponent's trying to figure out the best card to name here. And it's probably the Dark Ritual, but I'm not sure. They play the Wasteland, which we assumed was going to happen. Yep. And now you can cast Meddling Mage. Have you figured out what you're going to name yet? Here's to hoping they name Gaia's Will. Beseech the Mirror. That is a reasonable name. We'll draw for turn. Lion's Eye Diamond. Play Volcanic. Bauble. Play another Bauble. Dark Ritual. Let's look at their hand, see if we can reveal the other card. The Fairy Time Raveler. Okay. And let's look at their top card now. Prismatic Ending. Okay, so that was actually a good one to reveal. I don't want to play out my Lion's Eye Diamond now. We'll cast Tendrils for 4. Okay. So maybe moving forward, we can win without a Storm Engine. I mean, they're at 9 life, so just like a Burning Wish into the sideboard Tendrils could be good enough. Galvanic Relay looking strong here. We get hit for 3, we go to 21. We know what their hand is. Echoing Truth. Okay, I'm going to Thoughtseize. We'll get rid of the Prismatic Ending, leaving them with 2 cards they can't cast. Lotus Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, and then Galvanic Relay for 4. If that Galvanic Relay was a Burning Wish, that would have been the game. Bloodstained Mire, Rite of Flame, Mox Opal, Empty the Warrens. Okay. We need them to not draw land 3 here. And they did! They did! So good. Now they can search up their Plague Engineer and this empty does nothing. Brutal. They attack for 3, I'll go to 16. And they are casting the Recruiter of the Guard. They have Teferi and whatever card they're searching up. And they do get a Plague Engineer. Okay. We will draw for turn. It's another Rite of Flame. So it's kind of free for us to play the empty here, only because it forces their next turn to be the Plague Engineer. And we're not going to do anything with our mana anyway, so it's just forcing them to make the play that they have to do. And we're still just a Burning Wish away from victory. They drew a land and the Plague Engineer. Okay. We have 3 Burning Wish in our deck. We take 4, we go to 12. And I believe Beseech the Mirror also wins, even though there's a Meddling Mage in play, because we have the Echoing Truth. So we have 7 draws that just flat out win the game. This does not have a fetchable, and we've boarded out Brainstorm. So, not great. We will pass the turn. They have 6 power, so we're in a little bit of a bind here. I think we're supposed to hold the Echoing Truth, but if we were to bounce right now, it would save us some damage that could actually keep us alive longer. And they drew Brainstorm, which is just so good. They play a land. Alright, so their last card is not Force of Will, but it could be something else. I'm not really sure what they have going on here. They put Yorion to hand, so now it could be a Force of Will. Alright. Let's search in our upkeep. That puts us to 5. And we can grab our last fetchable land. Draw for turn. Okay, so that is Storm 4. That is 1 mana short of, or 1 storm short, unless I target my own spell. Okay, we need them to not have Force of Will, but we have a win here. I can target my own Mox Opal. Rite of Flame. I have a bad feeling that they have the Force, but there's nothing I can do about it at this point. Echoing Truth. Play Mox Opal. And now I will cast Burning Wish. I have to hold priority and sacrifice the Lion's Eye Diamond, because I don't have the mana to cast Tendrils of Agony otherwise. So Burning Wish is on the stack, and now I'm going to get forced. They're fetching for a Tundra. Do you have Flusterstorm? Red Blast. Good Brainstorm. That's the game. Okay, game 3 coming up. I'm going to just resubmit here. Game number 3, we're on the play, and this seems like a great hand to me. I will keep. Obviously, we need to draw a red source, but I don't know. I don't think you're allowed to mulligan this. Underground Sea and Thoughtseize. Wasteland isn't great for us. Lavinia. So there's a couple different ways we could play this. We could take the Brainstorm and say, I don't think you're going to draw into Force of Will before I can combo. But if they do get to resolve the Lavinia, this game's a lot tougher. I'm going to take the Brainstorm. It's more risky, but it's the line that I think gives us the best chance of winning. And then we'll just cycle some baubles. Pass the turn. Lotus Petal. Thoughtseize. Okay. They play the Wasteland. Come on, Lion's Eye Diamond. Let's go. Another Thoughtseize. Bummer. We have to pass. Flooded Strand. Come on, Doc. I think I have to go Lotus Petal Thoughtseize here. This is really brutal. Force of Negation. So they drew the Force too. Wow. I think we just lost. They play a Tundra and Lavinia. Yep. I mean, it's still possible for us to win, but we have to draw running lands at this point. And we're an 11-land deck. It's not super likely. One of those 11 lands is already in our graveyard. They cycle a Lorien Revealed or Tropical Island. Baleful Strix. Mox Opal. We can't play that. We'll pass the turn. Our opponent attacks. We take 3 down to 13. Leovold. Okay. Yeah, this is not looking great for us. I'm going to call it. That is the game. Alright, unfortunately our deck kind of failed us in game number 2. Game 3 we had an opportunity to win. We had 3 draws to do it on turn 2. We missed on 2 of the 3. And unfortunately, we lost. Sometimes variance happens. No need to be salty or upset. We're just going to focus on winning match number 5. I will see you there. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist. My apologies, I am truly the worst. I accidentally didn't hit record for match number 5, so we're just going to look at a Magic Online replay of the 5th game. Well, 5th match, whatever. Alright, so we end up keeping a hand that, let's actually pause this for a second. Okay, we've paused. So I bottomed a Burning Wish, and I said when I recorded this that I liked that Beseech the Mirror was able to win on fewer resources, therefore I wanted to keep it, especially because of how Game 2 played out against Kentaro, Game 1 against Kentaro played out, where we were able to win on next to nothing. So from here, we played out an Urza's Bauble, and we just passed the turn. We saw a Deeproot Wayfinder, which means that they're likely on lands. They play a Mox Diamond, an Urza Saga, an Exploration, and then they cast the Wayfinder. So at this point, they have 1 card in hand, it's an unknown. Dark Ritual wins the game for us, but there's another card that wins the game for us that I wasn't even considering. That card, Mox Opal. And if we look at how this turn plays out now, it's just super easy. Like, we have a red mana floating, we cast Beseech the Mirror, we cast Gaea's Will, and then our opponent concedes, because this is a deterministic win off of next to nothing. Beseech the Mirror and Gaea's Will was super impressive, and that is game number 1. Game number 2, this hand's a little bit sketchy, but what I like about it is that we are immune to Wasteland. And if our opponent has a Force of Vigor, we can bounce our own Mox Opal, and it doesn't really matter. We have a couple of redraws here. I'm well aware how sketchy this hand looks, and you can judge me all you want, but I decided that it was a keep. So our opponent just goes land go, which makes me think that they have a couple different things. Turn 2 Sphere, They could have Mindbreak Trap, they could have Force of Vigor, Surgical Extraction, Endurance, we don't know. So we bobble in their upkeep, they don't do anything. So that removes Sphere of Resistance from the game. So now it's likely Force of Vigor, but then they reveal one on top. So we do the colorless Ancestral Recall, we draw some lands, which are fine. I play out the bad lands because that's, if they wasteland me, I don't care about that one. So we pass, we know that they have Force of Vigor now, still no Sphere of Resistance. So Mindbreak Trap is on my mind, they Force of Vigor. I decide to Chain of Vapor here, and then I actually sacrifice the Badlands to bounce the Lotus Petal. I think having these colorless mana sources is just so good that I don't want to risk anything. And here, I decide that I'm not going to cast the Burning Wish because of a few different things, but mainly it doesn't really have a game plan yet. So I just pass the turn, leaving up bounce spells for a potential win. And now we draw Gaea's Will. Terrible, terrible draw. We pass the turn. On our end step, our opponent casts Crop Rotation. They grab Saga, they copy it, and now they're at the point where they want to start winning the game, but they don't want to go for Dark Depths for some reason. So they're going to try to pressure me with Construct tokens. And then for our draw stop, I actually hit Dark Ritual. From here, we can go get Peer into the Abyss. And because our opponent didn't get Mirror Lodge, I don't have to respect it right here. So we have the game wrapped up on our turn as long as nothing bad happens to us. So in their upkeep, they make another construct, and then they search out Expedition Map. And with Expedition Map, they can go get Wasteland. So they have a map, they go to combat, I'll take 3 down to 17. Post-combat, they activate the Expedition Map. They grab Wasteland, and then they destroy my Volcanic Island. So now we're in a spot where I have to draw anything that creates +1 mana, or else they get another turn. I draw Rite of Flame. You can guess how this game ends. And that was the match. So they Surgical here, who cares, we can beat that. And they just kept a hand, game 2, that was based on Crop Rotation into Surgical. They have another Crop Rotation in hand that they play in the middle of this turn at some point. But they were so afraid of Gaea's Will that they kept a hand that ultimately didn't do anything against us in the second game. And it kind of just shows you the strength of Gaea's Will and Beseech the Mirror in this deck. Game 1, I won on next to no resources. Game 2, they kept a hand that wasn't very good against us and we were rewarded. So we ended up going 4-1. Our only loss was to the 4-color Hate Bears deck that isn't really a metagame deck. No disrespect to our opponent, they beat me fair and square, they earned it. However, it's not really a deck, and I really don't mean to disrespect them. They won. But it's not a deck that you should consider changing your deck for. And that's kind of just my point here. I would run this back again. I don't know if this list is necessarily better than the Echo Mind's Desire lists, but I did like that it was lower to the ground. We have great synergy between our 8 Baubles and Galvanic Relay. I didn't feel like we needed another guy as well. Like, yeah, we drew it a couple times, but we're also a Brainstorm deck. We can also just chain Beseech the Mirrors into Tendrils of Agony or even Galvanic Relay. I just don't think you need 2 of this card. So I want to keep testing it. I want to find out, is it better than Mind's Desire? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm really, really, really excited about the future of Storm Combo and Legacy right now. We've gained a ton of amazing tools recently between Mind's Desire, Paradise Lost, and Beseech the Mirror. What a time to be alive. And I'll finish with this. Keep storming. Thank you for watching today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and after you've done that, go check out Eminence Gaming's Command Tower software. It is the perfect system for creating your own events. It doesn't matter if it's 4-player or one-on-one, its intelligent pairing system ensures that everything goes smoothly. Once again, go check that out at eminence.events.